Da-na-na-na-na. Da-na-dun, 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 da-na-na-na-na. Dun-dun-dun, 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 da-na-na-na-na. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Ooh. I didn't peek. I almost felt it. Welcome back. 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 Let me turn this down a little bit. I don't know why I sound like it was super low earlier. And now it's buzzing. Welcome back. Welcome back. This here is that By the Way, Podcadicioso. I am your host, Mr. Bush, with the most of leastness. I'm just fucking with y'all. with the least amount of mostness. I almost got myself that time. Welcome back, everybody. Let's give us a round of applause. 171. 171, they said it couldn't be done. 171, they said it couldn't be done. 171, they said it couldn't be done. I love this energy here. I really do. You know what I love most about here? How I can literally, this is my world. I control what goes here. I create what goes here. You know what I mean? And, it's a very powerful thing. You know what I mean? Some people don't do well with power. I'll say this. I hope I do. Fuck, I hope. I will because you know what? I know what I want to use my power for. I want to use my power to strengthen you. I want to use my power to improve, to better, to align, to teach. I don't have everything. I don't know everything. And to be honest with you, I'm a baby in so many ways. I know I sound very intelligent, and I am. But there's layers. There's layers to this. There's layers to the mind. There's layers to the soul, layers to the spirit. 41-year-old version of me will be proud of me. Yeah, you will be proud of me. I know you will because we're the same. Don't get it twisted. I got grades too. Don't try to do me. You're only 6 years away. Chill. But I know that I'll be even more in a of myselfness, and I can't rush that. But I can deter that if I don't do what I'm supposed to do. And I'm going to continue to do what I'm supposed to do. Shout out to my air hustlers. 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 I love you all. I wish nothing but guidance and protection for you all. You all been supporting me like crazy, and I appreciate you. But I got something I'm about to ask specifically of my air hustlers right now. I know you hear my voice. Some people are like, I think you sound better, Sick. Maybe, I don't know. I do feel the raspiness in it even more. But, who knows? But I'll say this. The last couple weeks, I have been listening to Pain Made Me. and I'm a fan of it. I'm a fan and loving it even more every time I hear it. And I looked at those numbers, and I looked at like just where my life is. You know what I mean? I put my heart and soul into that music. My heart and soul. Now this might be that. Hey, this is my product, dude. I can go anywhere I want, but this isn't Mr. Crying Man. So chill. But I could get emotional. Times energy is high right now. Energy is very high. Um, Times are changing. The world is weird. You know, you can feel how different things feel and are just off top. But you know, I'm in the most pressurized that I've ever been in so many ways, and yet somehow I feel great. No, how is that? I have no idea. I have no idea how. I have no idea. I have no idea. I have no idea. But I do know this. I do know this. I am guided and I am protected and I have nothing to worry about. And you know, that's the most important thing. That's the most important thing. Um, oh, I'm sorry. My bad. I was about to go on the topic of talking, but I forgot what I didn't forget. You know, but I'm saying this to say, let's get a resurgence. You know, if you all could, if we can bring it back, I can't re-put out the project. I can't do that, but I can ask for your support. I can ask for your ear, and then again, if you didn't like the project, by all means, hey, look, if you didn't like the project, go to the comment section and say I didn't like it. But that's you don't have to, but um, and if you did, if you do, go ahead, send me a comment. I would love to know more. I want to get it out more to the world, and I would love for people to be able to repost, retweet, share it, all of that good stuff. Because like I had to work through gyms, I had to work through lies, I had to work through so much spiritual stuff to put that out. You know, I've worked through so much. I've worked through liars, you know, that smiled in my face and gave me time, you know, gave me meals, gave me money, you know, gave me smiles, and hated me. Um, and I don't understand. I don't understand. But as I grow, I understand that this world has energies and things of it that you will never truly master all at once. And maybe you will, I don't know. But I do know that um, finding like individuals like me, um, I can't even really say far and few in between. I kind of can say that, but most of the pure-hearted people that I remember from my early days as being a child are all dead. All dead. One of the sweetest spirits that saw me for who I am and truly understood me was this woman named Sharon Underwood. My bad. Sharon Underwood. My apologies. Um, Sharon passed away from cancer years ago. It had to be. It's been a while. Um, it's been over 10 years. It's been over maybe. I can't remember when she passed away. But I'll say this. Um, when I was a kid, um, my parents were at odds. It was a lot of BS. It was a lot of BS. But my father never understood me, and my father tried to put crazy on me, right? Just because, basically, because I wasn't a bitch and I wasn't doing what he wanted to say. It wasn't even what he wanted to do. I was very respectful of my father. I listened to my father. Whatever he wanted to do, said, and all that. Um, But if you tell me mustard is delicious and to put it on my hot dog, and I'm like, I don't like mustard, and you're imposing certain things, over time, things are just gonna go. I mean, people are gonna be their own people. But that was, I guess, his flaw. But anyway, um, sharing Underwood. Why do I keep saying underworld? You know why I keep saying underworld? And I'm so sorry, Sharon, in spirit. Um, it's because I'm a fan of the Underworld movie series, and I literally been like searching them the last couple weeks. So I truly apologize about that. Sharon Underwood. She's a beautiful, gorgeous woman. You know what's so crazy about her? Not only that. Well, let me finish what I was saying. Um, I guess maybe my parents talked to her about me or whatever, and me and her had some talks because I remember they tried to put me in counseling through church one time, and you know they didn't really know how to take me because I was a different child. I was different in ways where I was just me, and I was me on a level of comfort and with who I am, intelligence, not being intelligent, not trying to emulate intelligence, but just literally being what intelligence is. I was different in so many ways. I was different. I was calm. I was completely understanding. I was completely deep. And to be honest with you, a lot of adults really didn't really know how to take me. I didn't know how to take me. And I'll be honest with you, the only reason I became that way is because um, my personality and my soul got a chance to form on its own in isolation. Around this time, I was like maybe 15, 16. And I had been living with my dad since I was 10, and I was just in isolation. Isolation. It was just me, no kids. Well, my sister. But it wasn't really much like a real socializing atmosphere once I moved at certain times because I don't know. It's just I was by myself. So Sharon was a very beautiful soul. I'm not gonna take anything from Karen. I think she completely viewed herself as a Christian and this and that. But the thing about Karen is that she was a real spirit. Whether she was able to identify that she was that without Christianity or not, she was a gorgeous, beautiful spirit, and she made me feel completely comfortable in my bones, in my lungs, in my feet, in my neck. As a child, I could whenever I saw her, I smiled instantly. I think this woman was like, I can't remember, but I do know that around the time when she was sick, she started to swell up a little bit. I want to say she was in her 50s, maybe 52, 53. I could be wrong. She could have been 47, 42. I don't know. But I'll never forget how she made me feel. And around my dad, I always was on edge. I was never comfortable. And then when it came to church settings, it all came off as so fake and something that I didn't truly understand or like. And for her to be in this atmosphere is the only one thing that instantly, like, she was so sweet. Her spirit was so sweet that, look, if I heard her voice in the distance or behind me, talking to me or even to somebody else, I smiled before I even turned to her direction. I miss people like that, man. I miss this shit. Excuse me. Actually, I I don't take that back, but I do have that. I have that with my daughter. I hear her voice. She's man. Hey, y'all get me going about my daughter, um, but yeah, Sharon Underwood. Um, she was my angel. Which I didn't, I didn't come here expecting to like shed a tear. Honestly, you all, I really didn't. I really didn't. But this was what I was gonna say was crazy about Sharon Underwood. Excuse me. Um, and that isn't really like nasal crying. That's me actually still being sick. Taking medicine, working out, I'm doing my thing. I'm not like I used to be, but the thing is just sleep. And this weekend wasn't the greatest. It wasn't a great weekend. It wasn't a great weekend, but only because I wasn't able to get my sleep. I attempted to, but it's a long story. Long story. When I'm away, my baby cries. I'm just gonna say that. Leave it at that. But what the crazy thing about Sharon Underwood is that, and this is no lie, this is like probably like the weirdest thing. The most beautiful woman I ever seen in my life is Sharon Underwood's daughter. And what's so crazy is that her daughter looks like, just like her, but like in this newer version, you know? And I'll never forget her her daughter was like so divinely beautiful that her daughter used to change my voice. I know that shit sound crazy. Excuse me. I know that sounds crazy, but at the time, like I remember it's so crazy because it's so funny. It's still in the same time frame I talked about in the last pod about that. This is the same church that I went and got baptized at. Um, but yeah, I remember I probably talked to her maybe a handful of times, and every time as a little boy, I was sweating, shaking, and ready to just get up out of there. That's what her beauty did to me. Like I couldn't. My palms are sweating. Like fingers wet. Like please don't ask me to shake your hand. Please. Like please. Like please. You gonna think I peed in my hand type shit. Like it was man. That yeah. But yeah. Shout out to Sharon Underwood. Um, One of the most beautiful spirits, one of the most sweetest souls. Um, it's so crazy. I'm pretty sure. Her daughter would say the same thing. I was about to make a joke, but I don't even want to make a joke. Fuck it. But yeah. So I'll leave that out there. But what was the purpose of me saying all that? I can't remember. Don't know. Maybe it's just good spirits. People I remember. That's cool with me. I don't. If it comes back, it comes back. New listeners, let me give you all a shout out. I've been in my bag, my thing, doing me, and I'm thankful. I'm thankful for you, new listeners. I think the most important thing right now is for me to get more into who I am as an individual. Um, and one thing I've noticed about a lot is that this weekend, um, well, this week I should say, I don't know what it is about being sick, but something about certain sicknesses like kickstart your memories like crazy, like crazy, crazy. Um, I had epiphanies. Now, it's funny. I can't really recall what about exactly, but I realized that I forgot so much about what I did already. You know, I realized I forgot how amazing I am. I forgot how dope I am. I forgot how loyal, how intrinsic I truly am. I forgot. I forgot me, and it's so weird. It's so weird. You know what I realized? It's been very difficult lately. I'm in a new place in my life. Um, I'm in a place where I don't get along with the mother of my child. Um, and I'm so into and much in love with my daughter to ever walk away from her. Um, but at the same time, same token, I realize that I have to go inside myself and I have to detach and I have to work hard and I have to continue to keep going. Despite lack of love, despite this, despite, you know, not being supported in certain ways, um, being lied to, being not misseen, being seen incorrectly in the wrong light, which I've spoken about multiple times. It can all take a toll on you, you know? It can all take a toll on you. And my parents went together, but I also know that that's not something I have to force. I would never force anybody to try to be with me, especially when somebody is completely past a level of disrespectful. Um, Plus, at this point, I know the actual reality of the situation. The reality of the situation is that us together is bad for my daughter. I see and I know that. This person just wants to argue, fight, and pull me into loud screaming matches that honestly I'm just not. I'm just not giving energy to. I'm not hopping back into, and it's extremely childish. It's extremely toxic, but it's extremely what I got. So because of it is what I'm dealing with, and it is what I have, and nobody knows it. Other people are lied to about who and what I am. Other people think I'm some just yeah. I don't know, people. I really don't. I really don't know. But I'll tell you this though. I don't spend time and energy on people that are already made up about who I am and they're wrong. I could care less, especially when they're foolish enough to not look through time and realize that what they think I am is actually who they are. But that's a whole nother conversation. Um, but I'll say this. One thing I've realized about life is that you will always keep moving forward. That's the only way to make it. You know, I wanna share something with you all. I want to tell you all something extremely beautiful, and it's the truth. I want to tell you all about a dream I had. It was a premonition, and it's going to happen. It's going to happen. Um, the world will know me. I will fulfill my dreams. And right now, this journey is turning me into something that does not exist on this planet. And I'm changing. I'm becoming who I'm supposed to become. In this place here, my father can't help me, can't assist me. My mother can't help me and can't assist me. A lot of people can't help me and can't assist me. Only I can assist me. Only I can do what I need to do. I had a dream, and in this dream, it was an extremely sunny day. Now, in this dream, it came from a POV. Now, some dreams come from a POV, but you can also see yourself at certain times doing certain things. So it's like you're not viewing your dream through your eyes as you in your dream. Sometimes, you get what I'm saying? That's what I mean by POV. But this one was POV. This one was, I saw my hands, I saw my feet, I saw what I was wearing, I saw my surroundings, but I never saw my face. Um, I want to tell you all, I had this dream when I wasn't even 20 years old yet. I wasn't even 20, I don't believe. But anyway, I'm on the roof of this building, and there's a canopy, like a sitting area with this thing over it, as you know, with shade, and it's a seat there, and I would say a bench seat, and it maybe sits like maybe 5 people, but it was just me and this woman there, right? And now, as I get older, I'm wondering, is this woman my daughter? I don't know. But what I'm saying is, all I remember was the woman was sitting there with me, and she was brown. She was dark skin brown, and she was beautiful. And she was just she brought comfort and sweetness just to the environment. So I don't know who this woman was. I don't know. I I, I question sometimes now. Is it some other? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But what I remember is I remember being on the bench with her, and I remember standing up, and there was a ledge or railing, a ledge about maybe 15, 20 feet from me. And I walked to the ledge. And on my way walking to the ledge, I was looking down at my hands and my feet and my clothes. And I had on this sweater, this light brown cashmere sweater. And the sleeves were pulled up a little bit, like maybe halfway through my forearm. And I had on this gold watch. It was sparkling in the sun. And it was so clean, y'all. It was so clean. I was like, wow. And I'll never forget, it was on my left wrist. And I walked up to the ledge. And as I walked to the ledge, there were thousands of people. I'm talking about thousands of people on the street, all looking up and yelling. And when I saw it and it happened, I was taken back by it, but at the same time, I embraced it. Because I didn't shy. I wasn't afraid of it. And I remember the people were just so happy to see me. I don't know what I did. I don't know who I don't know who I was. But I mean, all those people so happy. Like so happy. Like, excuse me. Mucus sounds horrible. I get it. But yeah, they were just so happy. So happy to see me. So happy to know that I exist. They trusted me. They loved me. You know. And I don't really care about like the love and all that, honestly. I'm not doing what I do so people can love me. You know. I'm doing what I do so people could be good and whole within themselves. And that's what I do this for. And that's what I do this for. You know, yeah, that's what I do this for, y'all. But that dream, I never really truly forgot. But sometimes I forgot it, and then when it comes back to me, it's like, wow, you know, um, so much came to me. I noticed my involvement in some of the things that I thought that um, were other people, but also it was just so much to understand. But understand and understood that I've made mistakes, and sometimes I wasn't my greatest self in some of those situations. You know, sometimes it takes time to realize how off or unkiltered you have been, and it takes time and distance. You know, time truly does heal all. You know, I'll say that one more time. Time truly does heal all. Let me actually, that's my little camera thing right there. Need that. But yeah. Um, one of the most, one of the most invigorating dreams I've ever had in my life. Truly. And that woman that's in the dream, I don't know if that's a woman, a lover I was with. I don't know if that's my daughter grown up. I don't know. I don't know who. I don't know anything. I barely can remember her face. I remember her hair and her face. I mean, my bad. I remember her hair, and she had on a black shirt, and she had a big, somewhat afro. It was an afro, but it was curly. It was super curly, and it was big black hair. It was all her hair, and maybe it was my daughter. I don't know. What I will say is there was nothing sexual between me and this person. It was nothing but just straight pure comfort. So like, and the reason I say sexual, it wasn't like I got up and we kissed before I went to the ledge or anything like that. It was just, matter of fact, I'll say that, you know what? Maybe it was my daughter. The only reason I say that now is because my daughter is the only person I have a real, true telepathic communication, like connection with. And me and this person didn't have to talk or say anything. We were just in sync with each other. And like now, me and my daughter are like, that's the only inclination that I can feel is her, because I've never felt that. Like when I really thought about it, like that's the only vibe I've ever, yeah, I've ever experienced like that, not even with my parents, You know what's so crazy about my parents? This is the crazy thing about my parents that's different from me and my daughter. My parents, I understood them, they didn't understand me. So, however they felt, I could always read. However I felt, they could not read. My daughter, I read her so well, and it's because I care and I'm open enough and I want to read. I want to know how her mind feels and the energy she gives off. I guess maybe my parents didn't want to, didn't know how to love, didn't know how to connect on that level. But I read my daughter very well. Um, you know, she could be a little rambunctious, but I read her so very well. She's gorgeous. She's perfect. She's me. Yeah, she's me. She's me. She's me. I'm so, it's so crazy. Like, I'm really, this is what I might do. This is what I might do, and maybe I might not. I don't know. I don't know. But I was thinking about maybe I might, with the funding and the things that are coming my way, I think my daughter deserves a TV show. But at the same token, I'm not trying to throw my daughter into like some, you know, the work celebrity world. No, 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 no. I'm not doing anything of that nature. I really want her to do her own thing. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if I told you all, but I'm going to. I want to get her to make short films for me. Um, when I was a kid, I had to make book reports. Read a book, and then write down what it's about and everything. I want to do something different for my daughter. I know she's intelligent. I want to give her the resources to carry out these things and to put it out in her mind. And if she wants to be, a baby that does streaming, so be it. But she's amazing, and I'm ready to help her learn guitar. I'm ready to help her learn piano. I'll be honest with y'all. This is what I want to do. I want to be able to make some really good money, and I want to be able to take some classes and do my pod and have my freedom of my day and my time to move and everything. And I want to take her everywhere around the world, and I want both of us to sit down and learn. I don't care what it is, martial arts, fighting styles, um, how to cook, how to make pad thai, uh, car rebuilding. I would love to build a car with her one day. Um, Yoga, different languages, agriculture, everything. I want to learn how to build, how to maintain gardens. Hydroponic. What do they call it? Those water fish, like gardens and stuff like that. The self renewing. Um, yeah, I wanna learn all of that with her. I want to get some animals with her. I want to. I want her to have her own animals where they're under her leadership. I'm talking about horses, ferrets, wolves. Um, if she want a bear, I don't know, baby. I don't know. That's a little tough, but if she wants to, wants a jaguar or some big cat, or I don't know, if she just wants animals on animals, I want to be there, and I want to help her grow her spirit. Um, and I know she loves animals. She loves animals. She loves our dog Storm. She's very sweet. She's amazing, man. My daughter's amazing. Like, you give her some food, she's coming to me to put up to my mouth to see if I need to eat first. You my baby. I'm here to take care of you. You're not here to take care of me. you know that type of stuff will make you cry. It children they're different. They're different. It's not like any experience you've ever experienced with people, because the world is so garbage that once you have a real child, it's like a breath of fresh air. The people at your job, fake as hell. Don't talk to me about the weather. I have the weather app on my phone. Excuse me. I know y'all like, man, bro, you need to do something about that mucus. It'll be alright. You'll be alright. It ain't gonna kill you. It ain't gonna kill me. Uh, through the wire, through the mucus of your song. About a mean, about a mean wall. All right, I'm gonna stop. That was horrible. I'm so sorry, y'all. Shout out Kanye and shout out 50 Cent. Um, I grew up on them dudes. I did. I grew up on them. Um, Shout out to him. Hey, shout out 50, man. Shout out 50. Shout out 50. Hey, 50 show your black. Hey, 50 will show a black man how to do it. Hey, y'all know. Y'all know 50. Wait, how old is 50? Is he 50 years old? I don't know. I'm not trying to sound crazy. Let me see. 50 Cent age. Give me 1 second. 50 Cent age. Oh, he's 50 years old. 50 Cent is 50 years old. What the hell? Hold on. 50 Cent is 50. Wow. Born July 6, 1975. 50 Cent is 50 years old. Oh shit. Hey, I don't know why that feels weirdly special to me for some reason. Shout out, hey, I want to give a shout out to 50. His birthday is coming up in July. Wait, he's 50 now. Okay, he's 59. 50 now. Okay, so that's cool. No offense, but I ain't gonna say fuck his birthday. You know, you don't never want to say nothing out of pocket to 50. But what I was saying, his birthday didn't have anything to do with his 50. He's already 50. But shout out to 50, man. 50. Look, so what I was about to originally say is, imagine when 50 is 70 years old, y'all. I'm speaking to young black men right now. Think about your life and think about how you all thought things would be over. And this man is 50 years old, making more money, more moves, more fans, more emotions, and more. How many people can you say is doing more? More on more on more. Shout out to 50, man. Being 50 years old, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. It's crazy. 50 is 50. Excuse me, man. Hold on. Let me get this right. If 50 Cent is 50 right now, and me and my homie, Eric Perez, was, how old are you in 7th grade? I mean, how old is a 7th grader? I'm so sorry, y'all. Age of 7th grader in America. All right, so 12, 13, right? Yep, that sounds about right. So 50 blew up when me and my, because I'll never forget, me and my homie Eric used to come to school. Actually, I got a crazy 50 Cent story. I don't know if I ever told you all this. And it's so crazy. Damn, 50, what the hell, man? This nigga's all in my life. Like, okay, when I was 12, 13, I went to Nettlehorse up north. Now, let me give you a brief description of my life, just so you all know. I lived with my mom from the age of 1 to 10. Up until 10, I begged my mom if I could go live with my dad. Okay. Eventually, we all made it happen. It was court order and all this other stuff. I remember we went to court. I'll never forget. After court, we went and had brownies at this place that I've never had brownies that taste like that again. And whatever. So 12, 13, this is about 2-3 years into living with my dad. I am now in, when I moved with my dad, I was in 4th grade. Yeah, I was in 4th grade at 10 years old or something like that. I had to be. I thought I was in 4th grade. Yeah, because when I went to Nettlehorse and I met Eric, Floyd, Carlos. Hey, you know what's crazy? You know what's so crazy? I had I wouldn't say friends outside of school because we didn't, I didn't really get a chance to go like that. But I would actually, if I, get the funds, I would actually fund a reunion between people in my earlier years because that's when we were genuine and we were different. I don't know who and where they are now. But anyway, let me get back to the story. Even though I do know something about Eric, I won't say that right now. Let me get back to the story, and I'll tell you all about this, maybe Eric later at a later time. I possibly even discussed Eric before, but anyway, I met Eric in fifth grade. We did fifth, sixth, and seventh grade, and me and him actually didn't get cooler until seventh grade. Even though we were cool in fifth grade, and then we got cooler in sixth grade. Then we got really cool in seventh grade. Yeah, it was just natural progression. We were just cooler. So, me and Eric loved 50 Cent, but the reason I'm bringing Eric up is because Eric had. I was under slave ship at my house. There was nothing on nothing on nothing. I was out of, not even out of loop. Like, let's put it like this. I was a kid who only could wear Payless shoes that my dad knew I didn't like. I had to live through pain. I was a kid that the entire time of living with my dad and his wife, I never got anything out of, the aisles and when you're at the grocery store. I never, not once, got a candy bar, piece of gum, Tic Tac, nothing. Not a bag of Skittles, nothing. Every time when I was a kid, they sent me away, they would get their kid something. And then I would come back to their kid playing with their new stuff. And my mom would do the same thing. Every time I came over, the 2 weeks from being at my dad's, my brother had something new. While I'm over there hanging with them and my mom, anyway, I don't want to talk about that. But so the reason I said that was because Eric was different. Eric was the emulation of the world that I never lived in, right? So Eric came to school with the G Unit tank top, wife beater, and you'd see it through his white shirt because he would wear a white tee over. We had what were we doing? We had white shirt. Now Eric was cool as shit. I gotta give it to him. We had white collar shirts and I believe like khaki-ish type pants. Eric would not wear a collar button-down shirt. This man came to school with a fresh white tee. He just wore fresh white tees, and under his fresh white tee, he would have his fresh 50 Cent wife beater, and undershirt. When a wife beater, we just that's a really bad way of saying that, and you gotta wake up my mind. I'm not gonna call it wife beater. I'm not even trying to put that out there. If you beating a wife or a woman, please stop doing so. He'll get you some counseling and transmute that energy so that she is not afraid of you. She knows that she can feel safe around you, and that's what you need to work on. But anyway, back to this whatever. So Eric also had the G Unit Reebok shoes, which I loved. Them shoes were so dope, man. Them shoes were so freaking dope at the time, man. And they were so clean and crisp. And I remember the G Unit sign on them. And I would just look in amazement. And I gave Eric his props, man. Like, Joe, like, and Eric, I'll tell you this, Eric was actually a really good friend. I think Eric realized that I was without, and I was in pain. I think shout out to my friend, man. The reason I say that, sorry y'all. Reason I say that is because and Eric Perez, he was Guatemalan. He wasn't the first. No. He actually wasn't the first Guatemalan person I met. There was another girl there named Sylvia, who was Guatemalan as well. And that was my first time ever knowing about Guatemalans or Guatemala. Uh, I only knew about Mexico and Puerto Rico. Yeah, that's all I knew of. My fourth grade, when I moved up, when I was 10, and I first moved up north with my dad, there were a lot of Puerto Ricans in my school. Um, it was only like a few black kids, if that. Matter of fact, I may have been one of the staple black kids there. But yeah. So it wasn't until I moved to a new school, which was downtown. That school, my fourth grade school, was just like up north. But the school I went to, fifth grade, sixth grade, and seventh grade, Nettlehorse, it's right off of Belmont and Broadway. Yeah, Belmont and Broadway. So yeah, but one of the reasons I say Eric was super cool, not only was just super cool as just like a dope in school. When we got out of school and we like all went our places or whatever, there were two things Eric would do with me, man. Number one, there was a Chipotle down the street, right? And Eric would have like Eric would have some money on him. Now, mind you, Eric would have like 220s, which is $40. And to a 12, 13 year old, $40 is money. Like money. You don't even know what to do with it, but it's money. You know what I mean? And my homie, he would go and he would buy a burrito, and he would let me choose what type of burrito we would share. And they cut it down the middle, and he give me half. Let me breathe. I gotta blow my nose, y'all. I gotta blow my nose, and I have nothing to blow my nose on when I leave. I don't want to leave. Okay, so I'm about to do something nasty, but nobody's here to know that what I'm doing. Oh man, you know what? I can use this. I'm gonna use a bonnet, but it's so silky. I can wash it, but jeez. You know what? Bear with me one moment. I guess I gotta do my teleporting. There's no problem with me doing my teleporting. 1 second. Pew. See, just like that, I'm back. But but yeah. So he shared his half burrito with me, and when I said that burrito was delicious, the most gorgeous, good, best thing I ever had in my life, man, I'm trying to tell you. Um, yeah, because if it weren't for that, I was, getting on the Belmont bus, uh, going all the way back home to get in there and to have make a sandwich, make a sandwich with a bag of lunch meat that was left for me. Um, throw some relish on there, no chips, just a sandwich, and one of them. I'm not gonna sound ungrateful, and a fruit at the bottom yogurt cup. Yeah, that was same thing every day. Same thing every day. Um, Crazy thing is this. This is so crazy. Um, oh, there was another thing that Eric did for me as well. That was really cool and dope. Eric, and maybe one or two of my friends, we would go to this arcade that was like it was like maybe let me see 1, 2, 3, 4. It was like maybe four blocks away from the school, 4 or 5 blocks away from the school, and it was still in the way of me going home because it was up Belmont. So usually I would get on the bus and then I would eventually pass the arcade anyway on the bus. But this time we just walked to the arcade, and then when I was done with the arcade, just went across the street, got on the same bus, and you know. But this arcade was dope. I was from the south side of Chicago, so it was my first time experiencing arcades. FYI, if you know, south side is where white people are. I mean, north side is where white people are. South side is where black people are live. And as you know, there's different things and different cultures or different things available on either side. So I'd never been in an arcade before. Any video games we played, it was like at my cousin's house, on the south side. But we get in there, and I had no money. I had no money. The reason why I had no money, remember I told you all I was in slavery at my house. So look, my dad purchased a 38 unit building on the north side, and he bought it around the time he actually got custody of me at the same time. So basically, I worked on the building for free, and I got no payment of nothing, of nothing, of nothing, of nothing, of nothing, of nothing for years. And yeah. So although I enjoyed, spending, time with my friend, I also knew I wanted to give. I didn't want to freeload off of him and only, him paying for everything and me not showing him how I want to give to us being able to do something. So so I started stealing. But I didn't see it as stealing though, because I wanted to spend time with my friends. I know that sounds crazy. It almost sounds like that little boy who said, I just want to do ratchet shit with my friend. Well, no, it's not the same. First of all, we wasn't doing ratchet shit. But I will say later on, me and Eric met up in life when we were much, much older. We weren't 12 and 13 no more. We were like 22, 23. And yeah, we were doing ratchet shit. We were doing some ratchet shit. Actually, I take it back. I wasn't doing no ratchet shit. Eric was doing some ratchet shit. But anyway, that's a whole nother. Actually, it's not. It's the same pod. Yeah. So I started stealing, and I was stealing from my father. I wasn't stealing from nowhere else. I was no thief. Like, I want y'all to just know that, and I'll explain how I justified the stealing in the first place. So this is what it was. Basically, when I first moved with my dad, he had got this 38 unit building, right? So he had just bought it from the previous owners. The previous owners did not utilize or use the laundry room, and my dad was like, "Oh, that's money right there." You know what I mean? That's a couple $1,000s a month, whatever the case may be, right? So the thing was that the laundry room was completely messed up. So we had to go in there, I had to go in there and clean out everything. There was debris. It was basically a laundry room that hadn't been used in over 20, 30, 40 something years, and had been used actually longer than that, because the stuff that was in there was old and kind of whatever. So stuff probably was in there 80 years maybe, you know. So basically we had to clean all of that out. I had to clean all of that out. It took me months. It took me months to remove debris, wood, old materials, old toilets, old broken down tubs, pipes that were or metal that just was used, I guess they use it as a storage room and stuff. It was a lot of heavy grinding work, and a whole lot of like soot, grit, like cement, broken up cement and stuff. Because I remember I had to take it out in barrels, certain stuff, and it took me months to. It took me a long time. it took me a long time to clean that laundry room out. So, I think I cleaned the laundry. Oh, let me take that back. No, everything's good. Just the timing. So, I started working on the building when I first started moving. When I first moved with my dad, I first moved with my dad when I was 10 years old. I didn't know Eric and them yet. I was in fourth grade. So I was in fourth grade doing this work, right? So I was in fourth grade working on the building, fifth grade working on the building, sixth grade working on the building, seventh grade working on the building. From fourth to seventh grade, I was working on this building. Till my dad eventually sold the building. But anyway, so when my dad actually got the laundry room up and running, he would empty out the machines, ever so often, right? And what my dad did was he would take one of those V8. We would drink V8. The juice was like half juice, half vegetable stuff, whatever. So he would take that bottle and he would cut off like the top a little bit, not a whole lot down, but just like around just to make it easier to put the quarters in. So he rinsed it out, dried it out, and then that's where he put the quarters. And he would keep that on his desk in his room. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I was the last one to leave out for school. My dad would leave, go to work. Stephanie would leave out. Stephanie was my dad's wife. Leave out, go to work. And I believe I was the last one to leave out because I didn't get a ride. I rode the bus. I would have to walk down the street and get on the Belmont bus, and the bus would take me, obviously to school. The CTA bus, it wasn't a school bus. It was a CTA bus. So I would go in his room right before I'm about to leave out because I was scared the whole time. I was like shitting bricks scared of my dad. And I would go in there, I would grab a handful of quarters and I put it in my pocket. And I was the quarter king. I was the quarter king. When I went to school and I wanted a couple juices or something, pull out my quarters. Give me something. If my friend wanted some burritos or whatever the case may be. Now, mind you, based off what you could steal, how much, I had to be smart about it. I couldn't just take quarters every day all the time. I had to keep the quarters looking like, the same amount of quarters there, even though my dad had to have known I was stealing some quarters. He had to have known. I mean, how do you not know? But anyway, I don't care. I would put in like $3-4 in quarters towards anything that my friend wanted to buy for me, because I didn't have enough money to just pay for everything in quarters all the time, And what I would mainly do is, if we didn't do that, I would just come home on my own, and I would go a block past my house because there would be a McDonald's there, and I would go in that McDonald's and look. When I say that's why I call myself the Quarter King, because every time I ever went in there, they always knew that I paid for everything in quarters only. They like, this young man never has not $1. Like, they don't know if I'm just out there asking for change, but it's like, how does he don't come with no dimes, no nickels, no pennies, nothing. He just got quarters, like just quarters, like. And I was a quarter king up in this motherfucker. I was a quarter king, yeah. Excuse me. But yeah. Let me do a commercial. Feeling good about everything, but before I do a commercial, I'm gonna do a commercial about my Pain Made Me. If you haven't heard Pain Made Me, it's probably because you're a new listener. That's the only thing I can think of. But even if you have heard it, let's listen to it again. No, that's pretty crazy. Even if you have heard it, let's listen to it again. I didn't really mean that. I'm just pulling your leg. But I will say this: if you have heard it and you mess with it, you vibe with it, if you could definitely repost it, share it, push it out there. You doing God's work. I appreciate you so much, like so much, so much. And thank you, thank you. If you haven't heard "Pain Made Me," go check out "Pain Made Me." That's the album I put out this year. I'm calling it an album. I'm not even gonna call it a. I used to always call them music projects because I didn't own the beats, but now it's the music. It's something that I feel good about, and to be honest with you, um, any recognition or anything from what I put out, I'm definitely reaching out to these artists. I mean, to these producers, and I'm cutting them. Cutting them a little, cutting them something. You know what I mean? And on top of that, I would love to be able to work with him and make more money in the future. So, being that I am broke, being that I am just my talent, um, but I utilize my talent. I utilize my life force, and I make the music. I make the music, but while also doing so, if you look at "Pain Made Me," you see that I gave recognition, and I gave recognition to every single producer on that project. That's not how I am. That's not who I am. I'm not no shiesty dude. You know what I mean? Like, I give props where props are deserved. You put the work into that beat. You know, I must admit, my earlier works, they weren't always the most together. I'm just gonna put it like that. They weren't always the most together, but that was always my vision. Once I got my mind and everything together with it, I never wanted to seem like I was like not shedding light or stealing from anybody, because that's not the case. That's not the case at all, at all, at all. But you put that beat on YouTube and it's dope. I'm grabbing it and I'm rapping on it. I'm singing it. I'm putting my heart on it, and I'm gonna put it out. And if we get something, I'm coming to you and I'm be like, hey, I got something for you. So yeah, go ahead, check out "Pain Made Me" if you haven't heard it yet. I put my heart and tears into that project, and I'm thankful. I'm thankful for you all. I appreciate you all. I really do. What did I want us? Oh, if you would like to donate support to the show, you can definitely do so via PayPal at Wickush. It's so funny. This is so funny, you all. So I actually lost my bank account. I was with Chase. I lost my bank account months ago, and man, I've been going through it. Disability. Disability denied my disability claim, and at a time where I couldn't walk, couldn't do anything, couldn't work, and it was all BS, y'all. As you know, I had surgery on my left knee. Their state appointed physical for them to determine whether I'm eligible or not. They examined my right leg, you all. I'm gonna say that again. I had surgery on my left knee where I couldn't walk for months. Finally got to walking, then I had to strengthen my leg, and I couldn't even stand for long. There was a lot I couldn't do. And in my applying for disability, they had a court appointed physical for them to review my body, see how everything is, and they didn't even look at my left leg that I had surgery on. They examined my right knee, the one that didn't have surgery but actually started to have problems because I was mismanaging. I wasn't distributing my weight properly, and eventually my right knee, right patella started to give me issues, and it was started to like slip and stuff. It was painful. Oh my God, that was painful. That was painful. But I'm only saying this to say, I'm so sorry. I lost my bank account. I had no money. And then over time, the bank was like, your bank account is negative. If anything, blah, blah, blah. I came up on a little money. And the only thing they were allowing me to do was pay off the balance of the account, but they still closed it. And that was months ago. That was like maybe September, you know. So I actually decided just recently, I think it was this weekend, um, to use my PayPal online account. I always had my PayPal, but I didn't really use it like that. You know what I mean? I first got PayPal because I was doing odd jobs through this app called Dolly. I was a mover helping people move. And people always wanted to give me, like, some people didn't have, what's it called? Some people didn't have cash. And they always wanted to give me a tip via Venmo, PayPal, or Zelle. And I would either take Zelle or PayPal because Zelle goes straight to my account. I have Zelle. I never had Venmo. And another thing I never had Cash App. I never had Cash App. And I remember some people wanted the Cash App. I'm like, man, I just don't have Cash App. I don't know. Something about Cash App, I just never got it. Yeah, I don't know. But anyway, where was I with all this? So yeah, I just recently realized that you can actually get a debit card with PayPal from your account, which I'm going to do. I'm going to do. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to just like making some money, you all. I've been so broke, like dead broke of nothingness, like, and this is unacceptable. It's unacceptable. I'm a father. I have to take care of my daughter. I gotta take care of my daughter. You know what I mean? I gotta get her medicine. When she's sick, I gotta get her shoes when she's growing. She got a little grown, developed feet. I have to. I can't sit around on my ass. And as you all know, have I sat down on my ass? No, I have not. I've been on it, getting up to it, getting to it. And more importantly, you all got to get to it. Like I said last year, at the same time, I couldn't walk, and I was crawling to the studio. Like, y'all don't understand. This time last year, I was crawling down my stairs to get to the studio to record music and the pod. You know what I mean? And it was excruciating. Excruciating. But say all that to say, if you would like to donate, if you would like to donate support, I am more than gracious. I am more than gracious. It just so happened I told broke stories this whole what I swear that was not a thing. My life is broke. I'm not even gonna lie to you. My life has been broke, but it's being fixed. It's being fixed by some force that seems to have my back. And I'm thankful, man. I always thought things were looking grim, man. Things were looking grim ever since I was a kid. Things have been looking grim, very grim. And for me to find a way to turn things around based off what I love and the work that I'm doing that I feel is healing not only the people, but changing the world. We don't have real conversations. There's a lot of liars out there. There's a lot of places where you can't talk. There's a lot of environments where you can't be heard. And, for those that actually are talking and saying something, they ain't really saying nothing. Not majority of the time. I speak very I don't speak, I don't know if I use that word right. I was about to say candidly. I would like to speak very candid. Well, fuck it. I'm not even gonna use the word. I've mentioned Since 1990, in the last 30 years, things have been on a decline for black people, and from what I've been witnessing in the quality of certain things, right? Some things have seemed to change and improve, but for the most part, status quo. Yeah. Um, this whole Epstein files, this whole world leaders raping kids, this whole, not world leaders, but like basically non-human entities consuming human flesh and human blood in terms of adrenochrome and all of that other stuff. Stuff has been going on. You know, stuff has been going on. And it's a lot of rabbit holes. To go down respectfully. This is a place where we're going to have to get out of our desensitized hearts. And I'm not desensitized at all. I'm here. I'm vibrant, I'm vital, and I'm aware of what actually is taking place spiritually. There is a separation, a divide, and there is a change. Things are changing. I do believe that there's something big and good coming for those that do the work that they do. But I believe that it's my duty to shed light, shed a good light, a good beautiful light. We are light beings. We are decisions. We are dimensions. We're so much more than sometimes these lying meat eyes can show. And I don't think the eyes lie all the time. I think it's just you got to be in a vibe or you don't. But with that being said, that's why I do what I do. I don't know everything, and I'm not the biggest journalist in the world, but I do know that we as a people need healing. We as a people need fulfillment. And I've seen a lot of pain, a lot of brokenness, and I want to fix it. I want to help it. I know a lot of people are alone. A lot of black men don't have friends. A lot of people aren't in positions to do certain things, and it hurts the hearts. It hurts the manhood of certain people who can't provide for themselves, who can't provide for their families, who can't help out their parents, who can't provide and help out their children. And sometimes we got to understand that a lot of this is the way that it was written, the way that it's supposed to be. And it's up to us to take that journey, take that pain, or walk it correctly. Even though you wish you had somebody to complain to. You wish you had somebody to help carry the burden. You wish you had somebody that encouraged you. You wish you had somebody that hugged you. You wish you had somebody that, let you know you're doing a good job, But yet you're surrounded by a lot of quiet evil, a lot of quiet hate. You don't notice all of those that have done so much to tear you down. My father asked my school, to fail me. And they let him know, based off the criteria and my scores and grades, I'm passing based off what I did. They would if I wasn't satisfactory, but I deserve who I am and what I got. and your own father having to be told to not hate on you or not try to tear you down, or you pass based off your own volition, and that is something that he should take into consideration. You know, um, a lot of hate. You know, a lot of hate. A lot of hate. You know, am I mad at him? No, but a lot of hate. A lot of hate. You know, and it goes on both sides. Both sides. My mom and my dad. You know. So anyway, that's that. But what was I saying? Actually, I was doing commercials, so let me get back to it. Thank you. We all over. It's not that we all over the place. It's just it's a it's a good pod, man. I'm in a place where I'm elevating. So hey, we got merch. We got merch. Not no perch. Even some might hurt, but then again, it might squirt. Okay. No, we got merch. We got merch. We got merch. Check out the BTW First Edition tee. As I stated before, I am going to make some changes to this one here in the near future. Not there yet, but I'm going to take this more into my hands. Take this more into my hands on an organic level. I don't care if I got to walk out there on a box tip with it myself and hand them out. But I do appreciate who I'm working with, Fourth Wall. I really do. But I also know I want to improve. I want to better, you know. But I like what we have, dude. I do like what we have, and it'll definitely be vintage and the goal in the history of what we have going on here. So go ahead, grab your BTWT, and I will always let you know. It will always be a quiet, telepathic communication. You know, when people see you with this, they just automatically know, oh, that's by the way. He one of those. He a hustle. Say less. You see what I'm saying? So it's love. You know what I'm saying? And I guarantee you, look, I bet you have some good days with that shirt on. I bet somebody gives you a hug, a free drink, a bag of chips unopened, buy you a sandwich, clear your bill wherever you go. Oh, so and so paid for your sandwich. What? You listen to that? Oh, this oil change on us. You listen to by the way? Oh, this oil change on us, bro. Like, like I would love for you all to have them type of days. You know, I mess with everybody. I love people. You know, this goes to the oil changer mechanics, to the crossing guards, the teachers, the doctors, the hustlers, the M&M sellers, the water sellers, the singers, the artists, the acrobatics, the flip, the gymnasts, all of them. I love everybody. I love life, and yeah, you know, I mess with them heavy. I mess with everybody heavy. So if you have a good, you have a good day with that shirt on, I wouldn't be surprised. I really wouldn't. So go ahead, grab you a BTWT, and I will put the link down in the description. Yes. Also, save 15% for those businessmen and creators, businessmen, businesswomen, creators alike. You can save 15% at Link app on all tech. This tech connects you, helps you, you know, put the pieces together. You know what I mean? It helps you put your product out there when you meet people at just a tap of the phone. You know, they get your services, your products. I personally say when you go this route, go ahead and either get with a team or do it yourself and sit down, make you a nice little intro video. I don't care if you want to fold your legs and put on your best suit with some glasses and your hands over your other hand like you're a politician. Just do it, just to fuck with the game. I like it. But make that like your first video at the top. You know, people that way. Imagine this. You know, you running through the airport. You know, and for about 8 months you've been looking for a dope guitarist and producer. And as you running through the airport, going to the east of the airport, there's a dope guitarist producer in with his other team, and they're running to the west side, and you all run right into each other and like, oh, and then you tap phones and have a quick brief conversation, and they get to see what you about by pulling up your video, and that's the first thing, and then they go down and see all your work. You see what I'm saying? You get to actually put a little conversation there to it. I think that's amazing. I think that's dope. That's my little take on Link app. Link hasn't, contacted me about anything like that, but it makes sense. It truly makes sense. Plus, it creates a database of all your contacts. So you get a contact list in the app. It's an app too. So it's an app connected with the technology. You all got to check it out. I like it. I use it myself. So, hey, and that's it. I'm not gonna. I mean, as far as what's it called? As far as promo. Actually, I do have one more, but I think I think I'm officially do that next week. I think next week I'm gonna have a new advertisement for you guys. I linked with one of my partners. We actually did a take. He liked what I did, and I think we just got to go over the last little things. And yeah, I think I might add that one to next week. So who knows? I do want to say this. Thank you all for tuning in. I feel like I could keep going, but I'm not gonna overdo it. I'm just gonna try to make sure we stay in the realm of things. I did like that 2-hour pod. I'm not gonna lie, but that 2-hour pod came out of a weird situation. Like, excuse me, it came off me starting a pod, and then me getting sick, and then me going for a while, and then pulling it back up. You know what I mean? I'm so tired of these what's it called? These spam calls. I get spam. I have no friends, and I'm not saying that like a lame. I'm very friendly, and to be honest, I'm very worthy of a friend. But the universe has isolated me, and I don't know why, but my phone just blows up randomly at random times. Like, unless it's like some CEO calling up like, man, Bush, I've been listening to your pod and I really like what you got going on. Are you signed with anything right now? I would love to do some business with you. What? Oh, yes, let's do it. You know what I mean? If it's that type of call, by all means, give me a call. But this spam calls it's annoying. It's annoying. Like, even my daughter looks at like my phone like rings like that. She look up like, what the? I'm like, I don't know who trying to contact me. Excuse me. But look, I'm not gonna keep you all. I'm gonna get out of here. Thanks again. I hope you all don't, get tired of me thanking you all. But I'm grateful. I am truly grateful. I truly am. I'm grateful. I'm grateful to be alive. I'm grateful to have to not be homeless, even though I'm on the verge of homeless. I'm grateful to be able to spend time with my daughter. I'm grateful that she is not lacking and without. I'm grateful that she's safe, she's healthy, she's beautiful, she's intelligent. I'm thankful that I am as well. I'm thankful that I'm beautiful. I'm thankful that I'm intelligent. I'm thankful that I have the will to work, grind here. I'm thankful that I'm strong enough to keep going. And I'm thankful that none of those things tore me or broke me down when it felt like they could, like they could have. You know what I mean? So I told you earlier, I'm becoming something that does not exist on this planet. And I'm thankful for this position. I truly am. You know, I am in a perfect position, a perfect place. I thought I wanted so many different things, so many things in my younger days, and I was a baby unprepared, but now I am a soldier of the universe. I am a warrior of the universe, of the ethos. I will be what the world needs. I will be what the universe needs. I will be what God needs. And God is me. Generate, operate, and destroy. What do I generate? What do I operate? What do I destroy? And don't get me wrong, I believe we'll still have higher abilities. There is a creator of all. Don't get me wrong. But that creator of all is in me and is me as well. Is in you all and is you as well. And it's not some hoopla talk. It's we are more than what we sometimes even know. Last time I checked, you don't know how to make a heart, but everything in your body, things in your testicles and your ovaries, knows exactly how to make a heart. A liver, a piece of hair, and an eyeball. You don't know how to make an eyeball. If I gave you materials and told me make me an eyeball, you wouldn't know what you're doing. So there's divinity and intelligence within us. There's so much within us, and it's up for us to tap into it and reach it. Honestly, you know what I mean. So I'm gonna get out of here. I love you all. Peace. You all stay safe. Don't forget to continue to keep working on your bodies, work on your spirit, work on your soul, and stay strong. I love you. I love you. I love you.